Hey piano friends! This is the companion video for day 1 of our 8-day piano day project. The first thing we're going to do or the first day, the plan is to plot a melody. And rather than pulling out a melody just from thin air, I thought it would be fun for us to use musical cryptography. That sounds kind of mysterious all by itself with that sort of name. And to help us out, I devised a little alphanumeric code that I talked about in episode 323, which that's how you probably got here in the first place. I'm glad you're here. But for our alphanumeric code, and this is a messy video. I'm sorry, I don't do videos very well, but we're going to go with it, okay? Music is kind of messy sometimes, right? I printed out my worksheet, and if you don't have your worksheet yet, you can click the link on somewhere around the page where this video is and get your free Piano Day 1 project worksheet. And this is where we've got both of the alphanumeric codes, the 1 through 7 code, and it's hard to see, the 1 through 8 code. And the first thing I want you to do is just choose a name or a sentence or something. This is kind of vain, but I'm going to do my own name. So in number 1, under that first column, I'm going to write Shelly Davis. I don't even know how to spell my own name. I got the I and the V mixed up. That's funny. So Shelly Davis, with my typo error right there, is the name that I'm going to work with. And then step 2 says, try each of the alphanumeric codes to plot melody notes for the name you chose. So again, I'm going to write Shelly Davis. I'll try to spell it correctly this time. Under the 1 through 7 code. I'm going to write it again under the 1 through 8 code. And all the different codes do is just kind of scramble the letters of the full alphabet into different locations. If I do, I know you can't see this, if I go with the 1 through 7 code, 4 of the letters of my first name, E, L, and S, all land under number 5. I'm not sure if I want my melody to all have so many 5s like that. But I'm going to go through and under each of the letters of my name that I've written, I'm going to write down the corresponding number. So if I go with the 1 through 7 code, S is under column 5, H is under column 1, E is under 5, L is under 5, the other L is under column 5, and the Y is under column 4. If I do Davis, D is under column 4, A is under 1, V is under column 1, A is 1, and V is 1. I need my glasses. I is under column 2, and S is under column 5. So let's see what this sounds like. You see, I've been kind of messy. It's okay to be messy. But under each of the letters of my name, I found the corresponding number. So S is right here under the 5 column. So I put a 5 under my S over here. I'm going to play that melody just in the key of C. Let's see what it sounds like if I'm just in the key of C. So the 5th note of the C scale is a G. So Shelly, I'll move down an octave so it's a lower register. And then Davis. Together that doesn't sound too bad, does it? Just for something to compare against, let's try the 1 through 8 numeric code. Let me put my reading glasses back on. So S, this time, whoops, that's too thick. S is under the 3, H is an 8, E is 5, L is 4, another 4 for my other L, Y is 1. For Davis, D is under 4, A is 1, V is 6, I is 1, and S is 3. So I started off with my S is under the 3 column. So you see I circled it there. You don't have to circle it, but that just helped me get started. And then I plot out all of the other notes, all of the other numbers under the corresponding letter. And just to play this in the key of C, the 3rd note of the C scale is E. So I'll play. I kind of like that. For the 41615 for Davis, did I do that right? S. Oh, it should be a 3. S is under the 3 column, not the 5 column. Let's try that again. Yeah, that's what I did in the podcast episode. Now, you may decide that you don't want your melody to be in the key of C. So step number 3 here gives you the opportunity to figure out what notes you would need if you moved it to a different key. What key should we do? Let's do the key of, I mentioned G in the podcast, so let's do the key of G. So the first note of the G scale is G, the second note is A, B, C, D, E, F sharp. Now on those are the notes of the G scale all plotted out, and underneath are the notes that I will play in the G scale. So whenever I have this 3 under my S, if I was in the key of C, the 3rd note is an E. I would play that 3rd note of the C scale. But since I'm moving to the G scale, the 3rd note is B. And so for my numeric code, I'll match it with the correct scale names, the letters of the G scale. I didn't tell you, on the 1 through 8 code, I have H is under the number 8 column. And so for 8, I just played the higher C. That's the 8th note of the C scale. So it gave me an option to play a higher note instead of the typical first note of the scale. Let's listen to, I'm just going to do the first Shelley Davis in the key of G. So my 5 is now C. No, 4 is C. 5 is D. 4-1-5-5-5-4 4-1-1-2-5. And I will keep playing around with my melody. I may decide that I want to do some of the notes faster. I may want to hold some of the notes longer. And I'll just kind of keep tinkering with it. I hope you will tinker with your melody. That's what step 5 says. Oh, well, I skipped step 4. I just went to straight playing. But you've got a space here to write out the notes that you'll want to play for your melody. And then step 5 just simply says, play your melody. You don't have to worry about notating it. That's something that we're going to do on day 4 of our 8-day project. For now, just experiment with long sounds and short sounds and decide what kind of sounds you like the best. Tomorrow, day 2, when we work on our Piano Day project, we'll start to improvise more with the rhythm. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. You can email me at shelley@pianoparentpodcast.com. You can also reach out to me on Instagram at pianoparentpodcast. Send me a direct message there. I'm excited to see where this melody is going to go, and I would love to hear your projects and see how your melody goes, and we'll have fun on these 8 days of our Piano Day project. Thanks. I'll see you tomorrow.